The phone clattered to the floor, its screen cracking upon impact. The sound echoed the shattering in her heart, a heart that had once been whole and full of love. He was gone. Just like that, years woven together, now unraveling at the seams. Memories of laughter, shared dreams, and whispered promises now felt like cruel reminders of what once was. How could something so right go so wrong so quickly? The questions swirled in her mind, each one more painful than the last. The world, once vibrant and full of promise, now felt painted in shades of gray. The colors of her life had faded, leaving behind a monochrome existence. The life they had built together, the dreams they had dared to dream, now lay in ruins at her feet. Each shattered piece a testament to their broken bond. Each shared joke, every whispered secret, a painful reminder of what was lost. The messages on her phone, once a source of joy, now only brought tears. The silence in the apartment was deafening, amplifying the ache in her chest. The once lively space now felt like a hollow shell, echoing with memories of happier times. She was adrift, lost in a sea of sorrow, unsure of how to navigate back to shore. The waves of grief crashed over her, relentless and unyielding, leaving her gasping for breath. They had met like a scene from a movie, a chance encounter at a bustling bookstore. The air was filled with the scent of old pages and fresh coffee, a perfect backdrop for their serendipitous meeting. He had loved her passion for literature, her quick wit, and the way she could lose herself in a story. They would spend hours discussing their favorite books, each conversation deepening their connection. The way her eyes sparkled when she talked about her dreams was mesmerizing. She had a vision for the future that was both inspiring and infectious, and he found himself captivated by her every word. She had been drawn to his kindness, his quiet strength, and the way he always seemed to know just what to say to make her feel better. His presence was a comforting anchor in her life. The way he made her feel like the only woman in the room was something she cherished deeply. Every glance, every touch, was filled with a tenderness that made her feel truly special. Their love story unfolded organically, filled with laughter, stolen kisses, and whispered promises. They created a world of their own, where every moment was a cherished memory in the making. They were two souls intertwined, their happiness a beacon of light in each other's lives. Together, they faced the world with a united front, their love a guiding star. They had built a life together, brick by brick, their love the mortar holding it all together. Every project, every plan was a testament to their shared dreams and unwavering commitment. But like a house of cards, it had all come crashing down, leaving her buried under the debris of their shattered dreams. The foundation they had built seemed strong, but it couldn't withstand the storm that came their way. Now, she stood alone, amidst the ruins, trying to piece together what had gone wrong. Lost and alone, she knew she couldn't navigate this pain alone. The weight of her sorrow was too much to bear, and every day felt like an insurmountable challenge. She felt trapped in a cycle of despair, unable to see a way out. Turning to a therapist felt like admitting defeat, a public declaration of her inability to cope. She feared judgment, worried that seeking help would make her appear weak. The stigma surrounding mental health loomed large in her mind, making the decision even more daunting. Yet the thought of drowning in her sorrow was far more terrifying. The nights were the hardest, filled with endless tears and a sense of hopelessness that seemed to stretch on forever. She knew she needed to take a step, no matter how small, towards finding relief. With trembling hands, she dialed the number, her voice a mere whisper. The act of reaching out felt monumental, a glimmer of courage in the midst of her overwhelming fear. She hoped that this call would be the first step towards reclaiming her life. The therapist's office was a sanctuary, a space where she could shed her mask of composure and allow her vulnerability to show. It was a place where she felt safe to express her deepest fears and sorrows without fear of judgment. With gentle guidance, she began to unpack the heavy baggage of her grief. Each tear, a step towards healing. The therapist's empathetic presence provided a comforting backdrop as she navigated through her emotions, slowly finding the strength to face her pain. The therapist's words, though simple, offered a lifeline of hope, reminding her that she was not alone, that her pain was valid, and that healing, though a journey, was possible. Each session became a beacon of light, guiding her through the darkness and helping her rediscover her inner strength. She began to see that seeking help was not a sign of weakness, but a courageous step towards reclaiming her life and finding solace in her journey towards healing. Reaching out to her family, she had hoped for understanding, for a shoulder to cry on, for the unwavering support she craved. Instead, she was met with a wall of silence, their inability to comprehend her pain palpable. Their words, though well-intentioned, felt like salt in her wounds. "You're young, you'll find someone else," they said, their words dismissive of the depth of her emotions. Their attempts to fix the situation, to find a quick solution, only served to alienate her further. She realized that sometimes the people closest to us are incapable of providing the solace we seek. Their inability to understand her pain became a stark reminder that healing is often a solitary journey. The days that followed were a blur of tears, sleepless nights, and a constant gnawing emptiness. Grief, she discovered, was not a linear path, but a labyrinth of emotions, unpredictable and all-consuming. There were days when she could barely drag herself out of bed, the weight of her sadness threatening to crush her. But amidst the darkness, she began to notice small flickers of light, a beautiful sunrise, the comforting aroma of coffee, a heartfelt message from a friend. These small joys, once overlooked, now held immense power. She clung to them desperately, using them as anchors in the storm of her grief. As the initial shock subsided, she realized that healing was not about forgetting him, but about learning to live without him. She began to reconnect with herself, with the passions and dreams she had put on hold. She dusted off her forgotten paintbrushes, the vibrant colors, a stark contrast to the grayness she had been feeling. Each stroke of the brush was therapeutic, a way to express the emotions she couldn't articulate. She started taking long walks in nature, finding solace in the quiet beauty of the world around her. Slowly but surely, she began to reclaim her life, one small joy at a time. Section 7. Emerging Stronger, Embracing the Unknown. The road to healing was long and arduous, but with each passing day, she felt herself growing stronger. The pain was still there, but it no longer held her captive. She had learned to carry her heartbreak with grace, her resilience a testament to the strength she never knew she possessed. The future, once a source of anxiety, now held a sense of possibility. She was no longer afraid to be alone, to embrace the unknown. She had discovered a strength within herself, a fierce determination to live a life filled with purpose and meaning. Section 8. A Tapestry of Time and Healing. Healing, she realized, was not a destination but a journey. It was a tapestry woven from the threads of time, self-compassion, and the unwavering support of those who truly cared. There would be days when the pain felt unbearable, when the memories threatened to pull her under, but she also knew that she had the strength to weather the storm. She had learned to be kind to herself, to allow herself to grieve without judgment. She had discovered the importance of self-care, of nurturing her mind, body, and soul. Section 9. The Power of Shared Experiences, the Balm of Empathy. Seeking solace in the shared experiences of others, she joined a support group. Hearing the stories of others who had endured similar pain made her realize that she was not alone in her struggles. Their vulnerability gave her permission to embrace her own. The group became a safe haven, a space where she could share her pain without fear of judgment. Their empathy was a balm to her wounded heart. Their stories a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can emerge. She learned that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength, a bridge that connects us to one another. Section 10. Finding Hope, Choosing Love. The journey through heartbreak had been transformative. It had stripped her bare, forcing her to confront her deepest fears and insecurities. But it had also revealed a strength and resilience she never knew she possessed. She had emerged from the wreckage, not unscathed, but whole. She had learned that love, in all its messy and complicated forms, is a risk worth taking. She had learned that heartbreak, though devastating, does not have to define us. She had learned that healing is possible, one sunrise, one breath, one moment of joy at a time. And most importantly, she had learned to love herself, fiercely and unapologetically.